Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Acolytes of Myth, the show where everything is made up and the points don't matter. I am your host, the Lord Inquisitor. When we last left off, we had just walked out of the death house after narrowly escaping with our lives with a small child, and looking down to suddenly realize that there was no small child, and it was all just some fun.
So, pretty much the trailer for Death Stranding.
Pretty much. So, you're now located over here in the village of Barovia. I believe the majority of you are from here. I know a couple of you are from other places, Valaki, that sort of thing. So, what would you guys like to do after that whole exciting escapade?
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember. So all that gear, all those necklaces and rings, did those also disappear?
No.
Okay.
I have it all written down because I pillaged it off of Peach's dead body.
I love it.
Well, friend.
And now I'm known as Bunker 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Bunker 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Is there like a well in the village, or do we have to like walk to the river?
Oh, there's a well in the village. I mean, it's the River Ilvis is kind of far. It's not too far. It's like maybe like 30 or 40 minutes walk, but it's still going to be some time. I mean, there is a well in the square.
Cool. Looks like it's like a quarter mile outside the church.
Yeah. My guesstimation might be wrong. I don't know.
Well, there's one square equals quarter mile, but you don't have the squares clearly marked. Oh, I guess the hexes are the squares?
I guess, yeah. So
looks like. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's like a mile.
Yeah. You guys are going to go to the River Ilvis?
Bibizak would like to, but I think he just goes to the well. And yeah, is there like a bucket?
Yeah, there's a bucket there.
Yeah. I send the bucket down to the well and pull up some water.
So, you start using the rope, and it's squeaking and stuff. And some guy comes up and he's like, "Oi, what you doing there?"
I'm getting some water. What are you doing there?
You're making a whole lot of racket.
So are you?
Stop
and
it.
I turn back and continue pulling up the water.
Okay.
That's not. Oh, God.
Okay. He seems okay with that answer, and he walks away. So you get your water. It comes up. It's actually pretty fresh water. It seems good to go.
I start. I dip sort of my snout into it, drinking, and then I pour some of it, and I test out my new pouch to see if it can hold water. My skin pouch.
Oh yes. Oh yes. The skin pouch.
It's pretty much going to look like a nuts. Is it going to look like a nut sack when he fills it up?
Probably.
Yeah, like he starts pouring water in it, and like we just notice like as it's expanding with water, it's like just like a perfectly round nutsack.
Yeah, probably. So you fill it up, and it does indeed look like a nutsack. It holds water fine. You can use it as a water skin if you'd like.
I'm gonna use it for something else, but it needs to be mostly watertight.
Okay.
Yeah, I just fill it up for water.
Where's this lizard
Water for
man
now.
plotting?
I have no clue.
Also,
Okay,
one quick
continue.
note, illustrious DM,
Yes, sir.
that we got. Now I look fabulous as fuck.
You indeed do.
Gold rings, I am wearing a gold necklace and a platinum necklace, and I'm wearing a gemmed eye patch. I look fabulous.
People, the peasantry are probably looking at you like, what the fuck? Like, you're one of us. How did you get all that shit?
Yeah, I turn back to my three companions and I say, "Is anyone else thirsty?"
Shall take a drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not against that.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
just came out
I'm not drinking
Yeah.
out of that tank.
of the
Yeah.
death house. So you guys probably haven't even taken a long rest, really.
And I offer the bucket, not the sack.
Graciously.
But the sack is for his personal use.
I have no idea how much I'm grateful for that.
Okay, I guess we drink water.
Drink water.
That was some high quality H2O. So, you guys drink up, take like a short rest, I'm guessing.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
To a tavern to rest.
Well, if you want to do like a long rest, I mean, I would probably say you have to find a place to get into because that's going to take like 8 hours.
Imagine if we're thirsty, we're also probably hungry.
Yeah. There are a couple places by. There is the Blood on the Vine, and there is another shadier bar.
Hey, I'm down for either one. As he is to say, I don't care. Shady bar or less shady bar?
I mean, either way.
Are we going to a bar just to eat? Or are we going to get shit faced in our survival?
Do you mind that you guys still have the gold of whatever peasants have? So there, you also did just get a crap ton of loot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did just get a crap ton of loot. You might be able to find somewhere around here to hawk that.
Pretty much all jewelry, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's some suits of armor.
Rings. Keep in mind, if any of you guys are carrying armor, I'm not gonna need it, so you can sell that set if you wish to.
I mean, I certainly don't need it.
Me either.
Oh yeah, you're a monk. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah. I think
And
I'm
now-
gonna get that wisdom bonus magically.
I'm wise enough to know how to dodge. You did not dodge.
Yet.
So, what's the plan, guys?
So to the bar.
To eat and rest.
To eat and rest.
Let's do it.
So, do you go to the shady place or the not so shady? I mean, they're both shady.
Not so shady.
Remember that pulls out a coin and flips it.
I am okay with this. Flip the coin. Call it.
Go for it.
It comes up and I say, "Not shady place."
Not shady place. Okay, so you guys make your way through the square, and as you do, you notice that like tall shapes loom out of the dense fog, and you start to see the village proper. You know, you see like the large buildings and everything that you can recognize that these aren't very well-off buildings. A lot of them have boards on them. You can see that several places are completely abandoned altogether. No sound actually cuts through the street, except for you can hear sobbing off in the distance. So you continue on. You make your way to the not-so-shady pub. And you see that a single shaft of light thrust illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. And on closer examination, once you get up to there, you can see that it originally was Blood of the Vine, and somebody just like took a knife or something and carved an N over the F.
Wordplay.
So shadiness.
This is
Alright.
not so shady. I hate to see what the real shady place looks like.
Yes, I walk in.
So, you walk into a building that's 60 feet by 60 feet. A blazing fire is in the hearth, and it gives some warmth to, all the people that are hanging out within there. There's a barkeep, a couple of the Vistani who are like gypsies, and a man sitting in the corner of the table alone, enjoying his meal.
Yeah, I go sit down at a table near the bar.
As you do,
Going in?
Yeah, I'm down.
as you do this, you see a man, one of the Vistani, come up to you, and you can see that it's actually after they play a game of chance, like they're flipping coins and, like doing rock, paper, scissors, that sort of thing, to decide who gets up and, serves you. And he begrudgingly walks up to you and he goes, "Hi, welcome to the Blood of the Vine. How can I help you?"
Hi. Yes. Do you have any fruit?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any that is moldy?
Moldy? Why would you want moldy food?
Fruit.
Fruit?
Yes.
Lizard man doing, man.
Sergey, do we have any moldy food? Moldy fruit? He goes, "Yes, indeed we do."
I would like one piece of that. And then a bowl of stew.
Oh yes, we do have a couple bowls of or pots of stew going. What kind of stew would you like? We have vegetable and we have like a beef stew going.
Beef.
Beef stew it is. So he
Beef
he
stew as
motions
well.
he motions for the barkeep to make it. Are any of you guys getting something besides?
Yeah, I'll order beef stew as well, and then whatever passes for booze in this kind of town.
Beef stew for me.
Okay. So the Vistani looks at you and goes, "Big spenders, eh?" And he brings over your plate of food, and he sits it down, and you notice that underneath the bill is another note.
Which one of us notices this? Is it?
Well, it's kind of obvious, like that there's just like another
Okay.
piece of paper like sticking out from underneath the note, or the bill, rather.
and a piece of paper, and I'll look at the piece of paper that was underneath the bill.
All right. So you open it. Do you open it up? It's actually a letter.
Yes.
It reads, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Quiliana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou would simply answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for the time is at hand. All that I have will be thine. Signed, Kulian Indrurovich, Burgomeister."
I pass it on to the closest person.
The closest person's going to be a Vistani.
At the table.
Oh.
My companions.
Okay.
I grab the letter and I scan it quickly. I then pass it along to the next person and go, "We must aid this man."
I guess. I'm not into this. This seems fucking okay. Yeah. I have mixed feelings on this. Okay. Pass it off.
Also, when you pick up the note, like the bill kind of sticks to it, and you notice that the tab is over 50 gold.
Okay. Gotcha. Did I get my moldy food?
Indeed, you did.
Right. So when the note gets passed through the Zach, he doesn't touch it, but he's got this. What kind of food is it?
It's a I'd say it's a strawberry.
Wonderful. Yeah. So I take this strawberry and I sort of toss it up into the air, and with like a wave of my other hand, the orb of water in my sack sort of floats up, and like the strawberry sort of falls into the water, and the water sort of like shifts its shape into that of a shark. It begins like swimming around in the middle of the air above me, and the mold and the strawberry juices sort of like get all mixed in to the shark's body, and then it like dives back down into the pouch.
Cool.
So what was the bill?
It was around 54 or 55 gold.
Or
Just give him the
what?
gold ring.
No, this is not right.
Are we talking copper or silver?
Gold.
Gold.
50.
Gold.
What kind of check would that be to like gauge the actual price?
Way too much.
It'd probably be like a sense motive. See if you scan
Insight.
it. Yeah, insight. $20.
Yep.
You can tell that. I mean, you guys are from around here, not necessarily from Barovia, but from around, Barovia proper, like the land. You know that it's kind of a shithole, to be, being nice about it. And, there's not many farms. They get raided constantly, that sort of thing. He's probably marking it up a little bit, but it is kind of not necessarily a fair price, but it is kind of near what the price would be.
So what should the price be then, if it wasn't marked up a little bit?
Probably like 30.
Okay, I think Bibizak, once he reads the note and looks at the bill, he just like picks it up and walks over to the bartender, or whoever looks like they're in charge.
So you see the barkeep. He's like a pudgy little man, and he goes, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Yes, I set it down. This is wrong. And I point to the bill, the number.
He grabs it. He looks at it, and he goes, "Yes, the soups they were 10, and the beers, and the wine, and
There were 30, not 50.
a moldy fruit."
Yes, something you would not give to anyone else.
I guess I could take maybe 5 gold off for the moldy food. I apologize that you were served such a thing.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Sir, you were offering to lower the price to 49.
Yes, of course.
That is still too high. You must come down lower. 35.
Sir, a man has to make money to eat himself.
Yes, you must make a profit. 40.
Yes. Do you see I have a roof over my head I have to pay for. I have
Sir.
guards I have to pay for.
Emotions must not cloud our negotiations.
Roll me a roll me a
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion, yeah.
Hey.
17.
He concedes and he says, all right, I make you deal. 40 gold.
I nod.
Okay. So he reaches his hand out and he does the he opens and closes it like, come on, give me the money.
I just turn around and walk back to the table.
Okay.
And I set the bill and the letter down on the table. 40 gold. I say to the group.
Down 10.
Or down 14, whatever.
I put down 5 gold and a loaf of bread.
You see one of the Vistani in the corner is playing with some cards. He comes up to the table and he says, "My friends, would you like to see what the cards have to say? I am just learning my trade, but if you would like, I could read your fortune."
I look at the rest of the party.
Silently motion like when you motion for somebody to cut off somewhere, like, or towards your neck, like, no, bad idea.
I shake my head in disapproval.
Agree.
Are y'all gonna do it, or y'all not
On
gonna do it?
myself.
Hey, yeah, no. No thanks, sir.
No thanks. Maybe next
I
time.
nod yes as he says no thanks.
Maybe next time. What's your passive perception?
16?
Oliel.
Let me just check.
How do you calculate your passive perception?
It's 8
Your
plus your
perception.
proficiency in your wisdom.
It's 10.
10. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me look it
It's
up.
your perception bonus plus 10.
Yeah. That one.
13.
Then mine's 11.
Because he's gonna go for the person that looks the least, attentive. And you can roll a check to see if you see this.
What type of check is it?
It's going to be a perception check. You can see that well, if you see this, roll a check. Seb, you watch as he sticks his hand on your coin purse and yanks it and walks away.
I roll to grab him by the collar.
Seb, didn't you just put 10 gold on the table?
Oh, indeed he did.
Alright, that's very funny.
Let me see.
You just try and pull this fucking scam on you, fucking common people. Is that one fucking common?
Seb got robbed.
I mean, Seb caught him, right?
Seb caught him. I'm trying to look up something.
Seb just instantly body him. Just like drop him on his... just drop his head down to the table.
So did I get him or no?
Roll your yeah, you catch him doing this, but roll a grapple check, so it's going to be a athletics check.
Come on, Seb.
Come on.
You're gonna catch him off guard.
And he gets grappled.
Let's go.
I put him in a headlock and ask very carefully, "What do you think you're doing, peasant?"
Oh man,
Wow.
and plus you would not accept my peaceful offering of telling your fortune for a few gold.
We refuse your service and you steal our gold anyway?
Listen, it's a hard place around
You
here.
steal our gold, man.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is he casting a spell?
No.
That's a 13.
Let's see.
You've done two 13s in a row, Seb. It's lucky, man.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
He just keeps rolling 13s.
I mean, the previous time I kept rolling like 4s and 5s.
Yeah, so it's gone up a bit. That's good.
You'll see what happens later. He hands you back your coin purse. I tell you what. I'll read for free. Just let me go.
I do not wish for you to tell my fortune, but who was the one who originally bargained with him? With the bartender, I mean.
Lizard.
You shall tell his fortune, and I will watch you very carefully.
Okay. Please don't just let me go.
I let him go.
You're gonna run for it, bro.
Shit. Damn. He motions towards the barkeep and he says, "Eric, get me a nail. Shit, I need something to clear my throat." Okay, so he sits down in front of you guys and he pulls out a deck of cards. He starts, shuffling them. All right. So, I do apologize if I cannot read fully. I am still learning my craft. So what is your name, sir?
Pivot.
Bebazet. Ah. Well, my name is Daniel, and I am one of the
Hi,
gypsies here. So, if you would please all hold hands in a circle around.
Okay.
So?
I guess I reach my hands to hold my friend's hands, I guess.
So, you can see as he does this, his eyes kind of roll back into his head, and
Oh, fuck.
he places one card down, and he places another card down, and another card down, until he gets 5 cards on the table. And he flips one card over, and he says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. I see a dark room full of bottles. It is the tomb of a guild member." He takes up the second card and says, "This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a symbol of holiness and great hope. Look for a fortress behind the fortress, a place hidden by fire." Flips over the third card and says, "This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. The Vistani have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release."
I'm gonna insight check him.
Insight check him. As far as you know, he's telling the truth. He flips over the fourth card and says, "This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in your battle against darkness. Find the leader of the feathered ones, who lives among the vines. Though old, he has one more fight left in him." And he flips over the last card and says, "Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond immortality. This card shall lead you to him." And you see him clutch his eyes, and he starts gasping in pain, and he says, "The cards can't see where the evil lurks. Shit!" And he grabs all his cards, and he hurries away, and he leaves. He goes out the door.
That was weird.
It's funny, pretty.
So, fortress and fire, missing kid, fetched one, dark boy.
Exactly.
Knowledge of the ancient one. Nonsense.
The guy that was in the corner, he gets up from his table and he says, "Don't let the Vistani scare you. I see that you guys don't really have much besides this one." He points to the
Ring Baron.
the rings and all like the crazy eye patch and shit. And he says, "If you need a place to stay for the night, feel free to stay at my place."
Hey, that's not bad, boys.
My name is Ismark. What is your name?
I am Vincent.
Vivizek.
Bunker.
Bunker.
Strom.
Strom.
Oh, sorry, microphone glitched out there. Hamish.
Hamish. Well, as I said before, my name is Ismark. I own a house on the other side of the town. If you need a place to stay, just feel free. Please do mind, though my family is going through a grieving right now. We have just lost my father.
Emmett, you lost us?
I grieve his death.
Well, thank you, sir. It is on the far side of town. Feel free to ask any of the guards. They'll know. You gentlemen have a great day.
And
He throws a coin purse to the guy at the bar, and he gives him a thumbs up, says thanks, and he's on his way.
that was very strange. I say to the rest of the party.
They wouldn't be too bad. We should still keep an eye out.
Question: Is there a general shop in the vicinity?
There is. There's one in the. There's a place in the middle of the U.S. Square.
Sweet. I got that in there.
All right.
I need to pick up a couple items.
So you guys get up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you go to pay the tab, the guy at the bar, Eric, he looks at you and he says, "Well, it seems that you're in luck today. Seems as Master Ismark has paid your meal for you."
Oh. Okay.
And sorry about the mix-up earlier with the price. Feel free to come back anytime. If you need lodging in the future, we also have rooms here. And trust me, you don't want to go to the other bar in town. It's quite horrible.
Hey,
But
take
you
out.
compete, so you have to say that.
Wait, what's up?
Gold. Oh. Okay, I take out 2 gold coins and I slide them towards him and I say, "For the entertainment."
Thank you. As he takes the coin and he goes back to like polishing the glass. So you guys make your way across the square. You can see it's kind of like midday by now, and you know it's the town is kind of bustling for what it is. There really aren't that many people left in the village of Barovia compared to some of the other villages, because it's been getting hit pretty hard by fiends, and not fiends, but by attacks of darker nature.
Fucking assholes. Okay.
You can still hear the sobbing off in the distance.
Can we go to a general store? Real quick.
So you make it to the general store. You can see a sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. A sign over the door, creaking out on it, tinges, reads, "Bill Drafts Mercantile."
Shit.
I'll quickly look for a blacksmith.
There doesn't seem to be one in town. There's not that many tradesmen.
Fuck. Okay.
Presumably, considering the wars that have been happening within the land, presumably they've all been indentured into servitude under Lord Strahd. So you guys what's up?
Where's the guy's house that said we could stay in? Where is he exactly located?
He said it's on the far side of town. He said just talk to one of the guards and mention his name and they'll know.
Cool.
As you guys are sitting outside, talking amongst yourself, you notice that Vivazek, you notice the guy that was like, kind of accosted you at the well earlier. He's carrying a box. He's a bigger dude. He's carrying a box, and he opens up the door and he goes in. You hear another voice in there. Tell him to just sit that over there or whatever. So that's just food for thought.
The guy who accosted me is now carrying a box. And then carried it
To the general store.
To the general store?
Yeah.
Okay. And then my friends are in the general store? Or?
No, you guys are talking outside in the middle of the square.
Okay. Talking outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Who wanted to go inside?
I might as well follow you.
Yeah. I guess I go inside.
All right. Who all goes inside?
I do.
I follow cautiously.
Okay. So you walk in, you hear the bell chime, and you look across the counter to see a short little guy, and he looks up from behind the counter after he goes, we have visitors, and he continues to write, whatever he's writing, and he says, 1 moment. He continues to write, and then after what seems like an eternity of waiting, he just looks up and says, how may I help you?
Yes, I need a box and some salt.
How much salt?
I put 2 gold coins down on the table, or the counter.
He says, Periwinkle. And he goes, yes, sir. Bring me some salt. He takes a box of salt and, he sets it down. And then Bildrath grabs a pinch of salt and places it on top of the table. There's your salt.
I wanted that box to put it in.
Well, that box is a lot of money.
Box. How much for a small box?
A small box? 15 gold.
I guess I move my pouch. And I wave my hand over the top of it, and the shark emerges from within and lands on the counter and soaks up the salt. Then I wave my hand up again, and it swims up into the air and then back into the pouch.
He grabs the coins that you put down on the table, puts them in his coffer. He says, all right. Periwinkle, it's okay. Calm down. And you notice the guy behind you, he was flexing. He was getting ready to to get the fight on.
It's probably like slightly pinkish shark right now because of the strawberry juice.
Nice.
Pink shark. Jesus Christ. So I speak up. Hey, can I get 10 gold pieces worth of gold and some incense? Or not? What the fuck am I on? 10 gold pieces worth of gold.
10 gold pieces worth of gold. He just kind of looks at you. And he's like, I have some incense over there. Periwimple, help this man.
I need 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal. Jesus Christ. Fucking.
That'll be 5 gold a stick.
5 gold a what?
A stick. It's stick incense.
Oh, okay. Sure, I need one.
You need one?
10 gold. I need one.
Okay.
The thing doesn't specify, it just says incense.
Okay. So
I just assume one.
he takes your 5 gold and then he gives you the incense.
10 gold pieces worth of charcoal as well.
So he motions for Periwimple to get some charcoal. He comes back out from the back and he has a box of charcoal and he takes 2 bricks of charcoal and he says, "Do you want what normal people consider 10 gold worth of charcoal? Because that'll be a little bit more."
Sure. Okay.
So he takes a couple, sticks of charcoal out and or little briquettes of charcoal out, and says that'll be about 17 gold.
Shit. I'll just go with the 10 gold pieces worth of it. That's fine.
All right. And he takes the other stuff out and he hands the box back to Periwimple.
As soon as they're done, I walk up to the clerk.
Mm-hmm.
On the breastplate and the chainmail, and I said, I want to trade this for some rope.
Chainmail. He looks at it. Sees it's kind of banged up here. We all been fighting.
The armor. I say.
The fuck?
It was animated.
It tried to fuck us up, man. It woke up and was like trying to fuck our shit up.
I'll give you 5 gold.
What if I told you it's magic armor?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's kind of the problem. I have customers. I don't want them getting hurt by armor.
I began chanting a spell.
I put my hand on the top of Biblizek's head and I shove him down.
Okay.
To them, I kind of wave my hand in a weird fashion. What do you say? All right.
I understand. A lot of you adventuring types are.
Yeah. So then, I guess I'll take. How much rope would you say 5 gold could get me?
Not much, realistically.
Let's see a number. 10 feet, 5 feet?
5 gold, you say? Maybe 2.5 feet.
Hmm. Nothing.
Well, if you want it badly enough, you'll pay for it, I suppose. Do you still want to sell?
I'll take it.
You just take 2.5 feet of rope. Is that what
Wait
you're buying?
for it.
But is that what you're going to buy? Seth,
Yes,
that's what you're
I
buying?
am buying it.
Okay. So he takes your gold and he gives you he gives you 2.5 feet of rope. He says, "There you go. Have a nice day. Do you still want to sell these things?"
I cut out that last bit. What was that?
Do you still want to sell these things? You there?
Is he there?
Yeah, I'm here. We seem to have technical difficulties. So, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Baroni.
Okay, so he do you still want to sell the chainmail or any of that?
Bartering for, like, trading the armor for the rope.
Oh, you're trading the armor for the rope. Okay, cool. Okay, so does anybody want to buy anything else or?
Could you tell me if anyone in town has a bloodhound?
Bloodhound. I think Father Donovich has a dog. I don't know. I don't go to church.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
One sec. Do you have any herbs?
Herbs. What type?
Cheapest.
Cheapest. Cheap. Always with the cheap. Why do people try to take my
I
money?
put my hand on his shoulder and say, I can get you whatever you need. Come.
Okay.
I turn to walk out.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
business,
Have a nice day.
What herbs you want?
Huh?
Y'all there?
Oh, I think you just disconnected.
Schnitzel got fucked.
Yeah, Schnitzel dropped. You there? You back? We are experiencing storms in where me and Schnitzel live, so that might be what's up.
Gotcha. Sorry about that. I had to just. But things are going good now.
Sweet.
Advertisement for Discord. It's better than Skype.
Yep.
Alright, so as we walk out, I say, what herbs do you need?
It does any, just herbs.
Okay.
Needs dope.
You guess I scanned the
Need the good
skyline of the city looking for the church.
So you look for the church. It's pretty easy to find. It's the only church in town. It's a very large building. It's got a steeple, all that stuff.
Yeah, I walked towards it and then walked around back if I can.
So
Backdoor man.
atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assault assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna try to walk around to the back of the church, I guess.
You don't really see a back door.
Is there a spot for a dog out back?
Yeah, you can see a dog that's kind of chilling in the back.
Yeah, I approach the dog.
You're just gonna fucking steal this guy's dog?
Yeah, I break off a small piece of my loaf of bread as I approach it.
As you do so, you hear woo woo as the dog starts to bark at you.
Hey there, boy. Come here.
Roll a handle animal.
Yeah.
This'll turn out fine. A giant lizard coming to talk to a dog.
Animal handling.
Got an 11.
It kind of growls at you.
That's fine. Now it needs to roll a will save.
Okay. What's the
What are
DC?
you doing to that dog?
Oh my god.
As I cast Animal Friendship.
What's the DC?
14.
You rolled a 3.
Hey. And now the animal is friendly to me, and I walk up and I pet him a little bit. Who's a good boy? I run my hands through its fur.
The dog kind of rolls over and starts essentially begging for a treat.
All I have is bread, so I break off a bit of bread and, yeah, give it to him.
So it takes the treat, and it eats it, and it's kind of just looking at you at this point.
Good boy. And then, I take some of the fur that obviously rubbed off on my hands, and I place that in my pouch.
Okay.
Maybe I call the strike up, and it envelops my hand for a second, and then scoops some of the hair down into my pouch.
Cool.
Behind moldy strawberries.
Yeah, join salt and moldy strawberries.
Strawberry shark pet.
Sure.
This is the weirdest daiquiri you're ever going to make.
Do I even want to ask what you're planning?
If he wants a shark
It's the most
pouch, then he's
disgusting
gonna get a
daiquiri.
fucking shark pouch.
And now, is this indeed a bloodhound, or close enough?
It's close enough.
All right.
Basset hound.
Yeah. Then I call the shark up again, and it floats in front of me as I begin casting a ritual spell, just standing here behind the church for 10 minutes.
What are you casting?
I am casting locate animals or plants, and I am trying to locate the nearest herb within 5 miles.
You can see that
Gotta
there's
find
some
a
herbs off, kind of to the graveyard of the church.
Yep. Right. I say this way. Then I begin walking towards it.
Adley?
Okay.
Sure. But I love how we just follow this talking lizard man as he does all this weird ass shit. Like he just wanders through the town. Look at a moldy strawberry, wanders back, asks where the dog is, he fucking gets the dog hair, he puts in fucking shark's mouth. Like
He never
We-
mentioned that. I hope so.
we don't even he has never explains it, we're just following him, we're like, hey, he seems to know what he's doing.
Just here to watch
Yeah.
what happens. I have nothing else.
Yeah. So I guess we arrive at the herbs then.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we're in the.
Herbs.
I guess we'll herbalism kit proficiency.
Okay.
To identify him, what attribute would I use?
Say that's wisdom, because that's the base of survival.
Yeah. Let's see, I got a 22.
Yeah, you know that this is basal, and yeah.
And I guess I'll pick some, and then I'll cast another spell and have some of it grow back where I picked it, and hand the sprig of basil to my friend who wanted some herbs.
Thank you, man.
Cool.
Thank you. His garlic bread will now be much more complete.
Indeed.
That's exactly what I was looking for, man.
Now what? I sort of look around at the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't like the graveyard. This is gonna go fast, and it's not gonna be like fucking. Something's gonna pop out of the goddamn ground.
You can
ankles like.
You can hear some prayers coming from the church. Hamish, you would know this man. You would know that this is Father Donovich.
I head towards the prayers to see how the father is doing.
So, as you walk up to the door, you notice that there are some nasty claw marks in this door, as if something's been going at it. You open it up, and you see Father Donovich lying on the ground cruciform in front of the altar, and he's muttering prayers.
I rush over and kneel beside him and go, "Father, what is it?"
What? Sorry, I was in a trance.
What has happened to this church, Father? The door. What has happened here?
The devil Strahd sends his wolves every night.
Is there nothing that can be done to stop this beast?
I suppose that we must all have faith in the light.
As always, Father. As always.
Did we exit the church?
I don't know. There's still some stuff going on here. Do you guys want to investigate a little more? Or?
Sure, we can look around.
Yeah.
Take a look. What's going on in the church?
So you guys start walking into the church, following Hamish, and you see the doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit, and it reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and that's pretty much it. You hear, though, as you walk in, those of you who are not cloistered, as Hamish is, you hear a scream rise up from beneath the wooden floor.
I turn towards it, I guess. Walk slowly. Head cocked, listening.
You see that the door that normally would lead to what would appear to be a basement is locked and is kept under key.
Hey. Let's buy ourselves the door real quick, guys.
Sure. Yeah. I'm game.
I slowly step away from them.
I don't say that. I just I sort of back up a little bit without saying a word, and then sort of run towards the door.
Wait 1 second. Let's check my strength real quick. We're using strength for this check, right?
Are you trying to break it open? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to action moves that bust it open with my shoulder, run into it random.
You're a rogue, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You could just roll. You could just roll a disable device check.
Oh shit! Yeah.
These skills proficiency.
Yeah.
Where's fucking disable device? Shit. Okay, there
You
it
have to just stand there waiting for him to move out of the way of the door while he fiddles with it.
is. Okay, no, okay, there we go.
So you fiddle with the lock, and you just can't get it like at all.
What?
You fail.
Don't go around fiddling with cocks around here.
So you hear another scream come from the door.
Yeah, I'm going to join them and try to break the door down because I'm not going to waste my time trying to fiddle with this lock as I hear screaming.
What
Okay.
is my athletics as the Zach runs towards the door?
So you strike the door, and the door breaks open, and then the father looks up and he goes, "What are you doing?"
And the father and say, "I asked myself."
Wait, what? One at a time, please.
Going downstairs.
As he says that, I look at the father and I just go, I wonder that myself every single time.
Please do not disturb my son.
They're screaming.
Yes, they tend to do that.
Father,
Hey,
He walks down he walks up to you, he puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, "Come with me." So he walks down the stairs, and you see an undercroft. Basically there's a couple people buried down here. It's just kind of a place where the important people in the village get buried. And the church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and floor made of damp clay and earth. There's rotten pillars straining under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel is visible through the cracks of the floor, and it allows you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner.
Who did he bring with him?
He just said, "Follow me," and
yeah,
I thought he said okay. Lambert, a good time to remember fortune tellers and something about a child.
Yep.
That was the key to something. And I think this may be something to do with it. So, cool.
a missing child holds the key to what you see.
Yeah.
So there's a figure in the darkness.
Yep.
Perception check? Question mark?
Yep.
Sweet. There?
As you peer in to take a closer look at him, he looks around and he says, "Father, who have you brought to me? I can smell their blood from here."
Okay.
This might be a good time to back this.
Come
I
here.
am called Babizek. What is your name?
My name is Doro.
Hello,
Come.
Dor. Why were you screaming?
Are you an explorer?
I haven't fed in several days.
Bread. I have some bread here.
Door, guys.
Yeah, I take a couple steps closer. I'm pulling, pulling out my bread.
So you pull out the bread and you bring it, and
Yeah, I guess I break it in half.
Vampire, man. He's not gonna want your bread. He's gonna slap you in the face.
he
Like,
lunges
get that
for
one
your
out.
hand. Roll an
Told
athletics, or not athletics, acrobatics to kind of. Or even athletics, yeah, athletics would work.
Okay. Seven.
Sadly, he makes it. He grabs your arm and he pulls it in, and he sinks his teeth into your hand.
Okay.
And
Knowing it,
you take 2 damage, and he kind of goes a little bloodthirsty. And as he does this, Father Donovich, he reaches into his robe and he grabs a holy symbol and he begins chanting a prayer. And light enters the room, and the child screams, and he dives over into the corner.
The vampire guy or the
Yes.
father? Oh, okay.
How far away is he?
He's in a cage.
Yeah.
From you now,
for me,
he's probably
now standing at the edge.
He's probably now 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah. He takes 3 points of poison damage.
Okay. So he says, "Thank you for the food."
Thank you for feeding my pet.
I turn towards the father and ask him, "Father, what has become of this man, your son? How can he be this way? How can you keep him like this?"
I failed. I failed. My son Doru went off with a group of adventurers to fight the Devil's Strahd, and I could not protect him. So now I have him locked up here in the basement. I feed him once a week, looking for a cure.
I see.
What do you feed him, Father?
He pulls back his robe, and you can see that there are 2 bite marks in his neck.
Damn.
Father, this is sacrilege. This cannot be allowed. This is wrong. He is clearly undead of some sort.
No, this is family, I say.
Indeed, he is my son, and I will find a way to cure him.
I nod.
I walk out of the basement, but as I go, I place a hand on his shoulder and say, "Wait too long."
You said wait
And then I
too
just
long?
leave him with that. Don't hold on for too long, essentially.
Yeah. I understand that. So, what did you come here for, my children? I suppose you didn't come to accost my vampire son.
Who Who has the note from the bar?
Who was the last person to get it? I think you were the last person to get it.
Yeah, I think I pull out the note and I hand it to the father.
He takes a look at it and he... Master Kulia. Yes, he's the Burgermeister. That's weird. Irina is his daughter. That is that's strange. I suppose you should see what's going on, and if it is true that his daughter is the love of his life, tell him that he needs to go to confession.
Maybe you misunderstood the note. Or maybe I did. I think I give it another read.
Okay.
Do you maybe give us a handout with it written in it?
Yeah, but it's like one of those things I can't really...
You can't copy paste it?
No. Let me see if I can find it on the interwebs.
That's fine.
Oh, I found it.
Hey. Yes. Words.
So, hail to thee, might and valor, I humble Barovius, and honor to thee with I plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Kuliana, has been afflicted by a curse so deadly that the good people of the village cannot protect her. She languages from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I will offer all I have to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for the time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Kuliandrovich, Burgomaster.
I turn towards the father and I say, perhaps a man of such wealth could know of a cure or be able to pay for one.
Perhaps it would have to be done very secretly, given the circumstances of our lordship.
After all, we did receive this from a barkeep. That's already secretive, is it not, Father?
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right. So, do you guys make your way over to the...
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Do you guys want to make your way over to the Burgermeister's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way across town, and you start walking. You see a weary-looking mansion squatting behind a rustling iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, and the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clam of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw marks have stripped the once beautiful finish of the wall. Great black marks tell of fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of an evil omen.
Walk up to the front door and open it. Walk in, or try to.
The door is barred. You know, you pull on it and it's locked as well.
I start to gently shake it a little bit to see if I can just pull it free of it.
All right, roll a strength check or athletics.
I'm not trying to super hard force it, but
Oh, well, it just kind of
I think it just shakes it a little bit.
Yeah, it shakes it a little bit. You knock on the door.
I look at the party. I do not.
Okay.
How do you get inside if door closed, locked? Break down? I say questioningly.
How big is the door?
The door is just a normal sized door. It's very thick. You can tell.
Okay. And there's just a metal bar blocking it.
Well, you can kind of tell that there's holes drilled into the door that or drilled, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
you know, it's that there's something barring it.
Yeah. I don't know who wants to hurt themselves trying to get a door open.
I mean, you guys can knock on the door.
Oh. Can we hear anything?
Not really.
Is there lights on? Can we see light through the door?
No, they got this place down like Fort Knox.
I don't see any point in knocking, so who wants to volunteer for smashing it?
I could body slam the door again.
All right, try it.
I look at my party. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, sure.
Wait. What are you guys trying to do?
We got to the front door of the Burgermeister's house, and
Yes,
knock. Knock what?
Does not appear to. Okay, knock.
Hands.
I raise my fist
What did I
and knock on the door.
Confused.
So you knock on the door. You hear a 1 second, and
Oh,
you hear the thudding of footsteps, and you see that there's a hole. You know, like those eye holes, those peepholes. It opens up, and you see the face of Ismark, the guy that you met earlier.
Hey, man.
He says, "Oh, hey, what's up? You guys are here early. Come on in." He has 1 second, and he closes the peephole, and you hear the sounds of 14 or 15 locks being unlocked, the bar being, lifted to the side, and he lifts the he lifts the bar up, and he opens the door. Says, "Come on in."
I walk in.
Okay.
We all walk in.
So, you walk inside the mansion, the door shuts behind you, and you notice that the interior of the mansion is very well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a wooden coffin headless, surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay.
I assume that's his father who died. Because he mentioned that. Do I ask? That's your father, I assume?
Yes, that is my father, Kulian.
I'm sorry for your loss, sir.
Thank you. He makes like the sign of the cross, and he
I had to take some extra precautions.
Yes, a little bit of extra precautions, one might say.
Unfortunate, but necessary.
Yes, especially after the accident.
The accident.
Don't ask it. Oh, fuck.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be an accident if it was on purpose, right? What happened is a couple of nights ago, while I was in my sleep upstairs, we had a knock at the door at about the third bell. No one answered it, obviously, because of the assaults that we have been having. No one at least says they've answered it. And I wake up and I find my father dead on the floor.
He died in battle then?
I suppose so. My sister hasn't said a word about it. She's been very quiet about it, unusually quiet.
Would you say her demeanor has changed since that day?
Not changed. He's always wanted her.
Ew. Wait, what?
Who has wanted who?
The Devil's Strud.
I was like, okay, sorry. I thought that he said that. I thought he was referring to his father.
No.
It's like, oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Strahd wants your daughter.
Well, my sister. His daughter.
Sister. Oh, gotcha.
You know this how?
He's made it quite abundantly clear. That's why he attacks our village, you see.
He attacks you at the village for your sister.
Yes. He appeared peacefully.
Kidnap her.
He appeared peacefully one night. As the Lord of the Land, my father let him in. We had a nice dinner, and he asked for my daughter, or my sister, for her hand in marriage, and she told him no. Ever since then, he has assaulted this village without mercy.
Like an involuntary celibate.
I thought she was wounded.
She is. And how would you know this?
I was asked to heal her.
By who?
I shrugged.
No. How do you know this?
Show him the note, dude.
Handed him. Oh, yes. And yeah, I hand him the note.
He takes a look at the note and he goes, "This is not my father's handwriting. Just scroll away from."
I am a talented healer. I could attempt anyways. If you are amenable.
I know that my father was actually looking for adventurers to heal her anyway. And he takes out another note and he says, "It's not like it really matters now." And he hands you that note.
Alright.
So the note is not written in the father's handwriting.
No. In fact, Schnitzel, you were the one that got the note from the death house, right?
Yes.
Roll me an insight.
Waiting for this my whole life. Oh.
You notice that this is actually the same handwriting that was signed by Count Strahd himself.
You gotta be kidding me.
Strahd's thirsty, dude.
From the death house, and I lay it next to the note that we received from the tavern.
This bastard.
Very strange. He must want her healed too.
To his hands.
I suppose this is why he's been assaulting the house. If he could have simply killed me and got me out of the way, then he could have had you deliver her to him. Or take her for himself.
Huh?
We could have just killed the entire village and then just left it at that.
Strahd hates his people, but he does not wish for them dead. Inigord Lord knows that his own power extends from his people. So do you open the new letter?
Sure. I don't have it, but man.
And it reads, "Hail to thee of might and valor. To Barovia send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kuliana, has been in the past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the life and blood of my people. How my dear Irina Kuliana and dies from an unholy wound caused by this wild beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within. The walls of weeping Barovia, leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed from this life. Kuliana Druidich, Burgomaster."
Any sense? Why would Strahd not want her to be a vampire?
I don't know.
I mean, these are humans, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just clarifying.
Maybe the sick bastard just wants a plaything for a few years.
Where was the father's body at?
It's in like the It's in like the room off to the right.
Yeah, I wander in there, leaving everyone else in the other room.
The son. Did your father die? Exactly.
I found him dead.
How did he know there was a knock on the door?
There's always a knock on the door.
She said no one answered it, but you guys heard it?
Strahd's losing his patience.
Yes, there's a knock on the door every night.
Mm. No, and you woke up and you found your father dead, correct?
Yep.
Okay, just clarifying. Sorry.
So is the body covered at all?
No.
Okay, yeah. So I begin like sprinkling some salt on his eyes, and I pull the salt sort of from the shark creature as I do it.
Oh no, not the testicle shark.
Bro, what?
What are you doing?
And I look around the room for anything made of copper.
Okay, so
Ismark is clearly like, what the fucking right now.
I just basically wave at him and like, don't look at him, just look at me. Don't.
No, what is he doing to my father? Oh, he's beheaded. You can't, like, there's no eyes to do that because he's beheaded.
Oh, his beheaded. Okay.
So
So we don't. The head isn't there. The head is gone.
No, the head is gone.
Wait, there was never any head found.
No, there was no head found.
That's unfortunate.
Oh,
so
then I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at the headless corpse, I guess. My bad.
so
Wait,
every
what are you
night-
gonna do?
Would you please help me bury my
What?
father? I would hire some Vistani or someone to do this, but since you're here and I'm giving you stay for the night.
Yeah, it's completely understandable.
Sure.
Sure, yeah, no, I'm not opposed to this at all. We are hanging out with you at a very rough time, and we can help you.
I step
Let me
forward
get
to
this-
volunteer, but I then point to Bibizek and say, keep your weird little bags away from this body. He deserves a proper burial.
Okay, so actually, I think instead of putting salt, I put like salt over the body, and I lay like 2 copper coins where the head would have been, and I begin, chanting and waving my hands.
I just said no weirdness!
he's a druid. He's supposed to be weird.
Yeah, no, this is kind of his shtick. What are you... Oh, God. I swear to God.
Roll Arcana to identify what I'm doing. Someone had Arcana they could roll to identify what I'm doing.
Can you just tell us?
Dude, Bibizak does not interrupt his spellcasting, no. Unless you, like, physically interact with him.
Okay.
Once again, I'm talking to the. Well, I guess now he is the Burgermeister.
Yep.
Let's go over the facts. Tonight, ever since Strahd's visit, there has been a knock on the door.
And when the knock is not answered, there's been attacks.
Have you
Ever been
answered
answered?
the door?
I suppose it has. Considering my sister's condition and my father's condition. I don't know who did it. I can't ask him, and I ask her, and she clams up and storms off to her room.
You talked to her.
I've talked to her.
We gotta try to get some information somehow about what's going on.
I'll tell you what. Once we bury my father, I'll see if she'll talk to you.
Of course, the burial was first, but I'm just saying afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's get this over with. Doug or
All right. So you make your way across the town, and as you do, you notice that the bell tower in the middle of the town that like the guards are, stationed at, begins ringing the bell. All the peasantry come out, and they're weeping for their beloved burgomeister, and they're just doing as people do when they've lost somebody of great esteem in their village. And you make your way across the town. And I'll even point this out. Even Bildrath, the guy who was very stingy and everybody thought was a jerk, comes to pay his respect for this man. So that says something to his character. You get there, the service happens, the whole town gathers around, and they pray an akavist for this man. I assume that Hamish, as an acolyte of the temple, actually participates in this and helps altar serve and all that stuff. And finally, we get outside. And as the coffin is being lowered into the ground, the priest, Father Donovich, reaches and grabs a holy water, thing. And he goes, "With this water we call to mind Kulion's baptism, as the Lord went through the depths of the water of depth for us, so that he may bring Kulion to the fullness of resurrection and life with all the redeemed. May the souls eternal rest grant to him, O Lord, and let light perpetually shine upon him. May his soul and the souls of all his faithful who are departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace." He does the sign of the cross. Everybody else does it in the village. And they begin burying him.
Right.
So everybody makes their way, back to Ismark's house. They hold kind of a small reception for him. And actually roll a perception check.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well,
shit.
Seth, you see a hooded man that appears
Seth rolled a
to...
4. That was his other roll.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Well, I'll go ahead and give it to Anthony. You see there's a hooded man that he just doesn't appear to be of Barovia. He appears too finely dressed, he just appears out of place. And you notice that his facial features look kind of similar to the statue of Strahd in the Death House.
Okay. The guy, I walk over to him.
Seeing the small lizard man go somewhere, I follow him just to make sure he doesn't get in any trouble.
You walk over to him?
Yes, I say, paying your respects.
Indeed. Burgomeister Kulion was a great man.
So I have heard.
It is a shame he had
So
to
it
die.
seems.
It is a great shame.
And
How did you know him?
He was a friend. We fought together.
Together or against each other?
Together.
I would like to insight check him.
Insight check that. He's telling the truth. Honestly, I'll give you even a pass. Honestly, because they did fight together against the other Dark Lords of the realm.
Yeah. Can we identify this as Strahd?
Roll an insight.
Okay.
Anthony, you don't get it. Pichu definitely gets it. Pichu, you're like, Bunker is like, this is Strahd. Seth, you
Is
get it
he
as
in
well.
the flesh? Can I tell that by that?
Yeah, he is.
Natural twin.
He is here in the flesh.
So only they've realized who he is, right?
Yep.
I'm going to look around and see if anybody's watching us in particular.
You can't see nothing.
Isn't the whole objective to kill Strahd?
Yes.
This is kind of awkward.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not going to, but I'm just saying.
And he's appearing before you unarmed and unarmored.
So,
Can we tell that?
Yeah.
curiosity.
Okay.
He's wearing funeral clothes. He's like,
He's just gonna fuck our shit in. We're level 3s, dude.
Is the sun shining?
Dress.
yes.
Okay. So I guess I asked him, are you here representing the Lord's respects?
Yes, indeed I am.
I think his son is just over there if you wanted to say something.
Wait, what?
I think his son is just over there if you wanted to say something.
Yes, I suppose I shall talk to him in a minute.
Curiosity. I address our mysterious guest. We're creatures of the night.
Is he far enough away where he can't hear me if I'm talking to him?
If you talk to who?
To our group. If I tell them
You could probably whisper and he might be able to hear you. You don't know that.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. I was going to whisper to Strahd.
Whisper to him.
So out of curiosity, was it one of yours, or was it just a random roaming beast?
He smiles and he looks at you and you hear a voice in your head and it says, "Be careful. There are beasts around." And with that, the funeral starts to end, and everybody kind of, processes out. People make their way back to, back to the Burgomeister's mansion, and you can see Strahd having a word with Ismark as they're walking back.
Okay. I think I go and I recast my ritual over the grave once everyone started leaves.
Okay. What ritual are you casting?
Gentle repose, but it doesn't do anything. I think when the head is gone,
No.
because it requires copper to be placed on the eyes and it remain there for 10 days. Which is too bad.
I'm going to tail Strahd and the Burgermeister.
Well, it's not so much that they're. It's not so much that they're walking towards the house. He's just pulled him aside and is talking to him. Are you going to kind of try to eavesdrop?
Yeah, but I don't want to get too close.
Okay. Roll a check for me. Perception.
Damn!
Bruh.
You insolent worm. You bastard. That's what you are now, bastard. For you have no father. How long do you think you can keep Irina from me? A week? 2? I will kill every man and woman, child in this village. For your ignorance. For your disobedience. And I will let you live and force you to watch as everything that you love burns to ash before your very eyes. So, I will give you this day. Mourn, weep. Just remember, when the time comes, my dagger will be at your throat. But, for your father, I will not murder you in cold blood. Have a wonderful evening. And Strahd walks away.
Does he walk out of our sight? Can we still see him?
He walks out of your sight. Are you gonna try to follow him?
If I'm just gonna walk around the corner, he's gonna be fucking gone. How does he walk out of our sight? Does he turn a corner? Or?
Yeah, he just turns a corner, and you guys, look, and you see a single bat flying towards Castle Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. I think I teleported here, honestly. So that's pretty.
He could.
I mean, yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, he's a lord. He's not gonna. But now he can teleport, of course.
Gotta get your exercise in.
Yeah.
Yes, even Strahd.
Gotta spread your wings and fly.
Yep.
Do you fill us in on what you ever heard?
So,
Okay, so I guess I'll just bend and just tell them what I overheard. That's it.
so what do you guys have to say about that?
I think we should get the fuck out of this village.
I thought it made you an orphan.
What?
So losing your parents didn't think it made you a bastard. I thought it made you an orphan.
Yeah.
I thought a bastard was a child that was born without his parents being married.
Exactly.
Yeah. Strahd's had a long day.
Or maybe his dad had some.
Okay.
Strahd's had a long day of
But that's
pimping.
besides the point.
Sometimes he gets his words mixed up.
That's besides the point. Let's not.
Perhaps, sure.
So, you guys make your way back with everybody to the house and, kind of pay the respects and stuff.
Do you think I'll send some servants to try to collect her tonight? Because I do.
No, he said he'd leave him alone for today. I'm worried about.
Isn't that exactly what you'd say if you were going to try a sneak attack?
No. Amongst many things, Strahd may be devious, but he's cocky.
No, he said that he would leave them alone. He didn't say his underlings would leave them alone.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
I think we should prepare.
No,
For
I
battle
think we should
tonight.
leave. Personally,
Do you not want to continue the revolution?
I don't want to be here when the shit hits the fan.
But we
I'm going to
difference.
continue the revolution, but we're going to need a lot more than just this small village to be.
It might be a small token tonight. And if we could vanquish it, it might be a small force tonight. And if we could vanquish it, or a piece of it, it could be good.
What do you guys say? So by this time we've slept and everything, right? Like it's the next day and they're buried.
Are you sleeping? Like, I'm
No, I'm saying. Okay, so it's you know what I mean. I'm saying like they so they've had
Till midday.
Yeah, I mean, like, it like, people are going home and stuff, yeah, but...
Okay, that's what I was asking. I was like, make sure that.
So, Burgermeister, he has a lady under retainer that... she's not actually their grandmother, but he calls her Babushka. So... Babushka makes a nice dinner for everyone, and finally Irina Kuliana comes down. We can see that she's dressed in black. She has a veil over her eyes, and she sits down at the opposite head of the table that Ismark is sitting at, and she prays and begins her meal. So, I believe you wanted to talk to my sister.
Well, now that you've said she is cursed by a vampire, I don't think that is within my power to remove. At least not immediately.
Understandable.
Illness, disease.
Isn't Hamish like an acolyte of some sort?
Yes, he is.
I lean over and I ask her, "Child, I must ask you some questions, if you are willing to talk."
I suppose it's not the best in our conversation, but given the circumstances, father would have wanted me to.
As you mentioned your father, what happened that night? As I understand, you will not speak to your brother or anyone else of that event.
She looks to Ismark and she apologizes for not telling him this earlier. And she says, on that dreary night, I awoke to the knock at the door. That damn knock. Every night. I come to wake up to a knock. And this night I opened the door. He said that if I invited him in, he would spare my family. I didn't know what would happen. I thought he was just coming for me. He cast a spell upon me, and with that spell's coercion, I invited him in, and my father drew his great sword as he was sitting in the study. He slashed at Strahd, and Strahd came over with his short sword and cut his head clean off. There was fury in his eyes, and I've seen our Lord before. I've spoken to him, but I've never seen him like this. He had some fire of determination that I know that he desires for us to be a thing, but I did not know to such extent. I figured he just wanted me to go to his castle and spend some time with him or something of the sort. I'm sorry.
It isn't your fault, child. There's no need to apologize. Not to me.
Ismark is noticeably disturbed at this, and he kind of shakes his head and he downs the rest of his glass of whiskey or vodka, rather, because we're in. Yeah. And
why didn't he just take you then and there?
Because
But he was so close to his prize, only to give it up in the last second.
he'd said something about a dying man's wish needed to be honored.
A dying man's wish?
Yes. They were friends before. That's how my father got the lordship. When he adopted me, he was already a veteran of war for many years. He served Lord Strahd fighting the Lich Azatlan. I suppose it was just for all that they had went to together, all that they had seen, that he allowed this wish. I don't know why.
I have a theory. You invited him in, but then the owner died. And then there was a new owner, and he was not re-invited.
Perhaps. I don't know much about vampires. Could you look at my neck? And she pulls her dress kind of to the side, one arm, and you see that she has 2 bite marks that appear to start to turn black, and they've got kind of an infection going on.
Did he give you this that night?
Yes.
I cast Cure Wounds and I touch the wound.
You see that the wound kind of heals a little bit, but the infection stays.
Yeah, it doesn't heal all the way.
Yeah.
This. What do you want me to roll? Arcana or Religion?
Whatever you think would work for you. Well, you're an arcane caster, right?
I'm a Divine Caster.
Oh yeah, you're a divine caster. Yeah, because you're druid. Yeah, roll religion. Nope. You do not.
Yeah, Mimizek just shrugs.
Maybe we can ask the father.
Perhaps.
Have you heard the fate of his son?
Yes, I have. I go to church there. You should see how he wails all through liturgy. Poor boy.
Yes. He seems very hungry.
Indeed. They usually are.
Well, I think we're going to have you're going to have visitors tonight.
Yes, I suppose. And with that, you hear a rap.
Yeah. I look at the party. And I say, shall we?
Hamish stands up. Sorry, I stand up and I say, let us onto the door and see who it is.
I nod.
Sure. Ismark readies his sword. He tells Babushka and Irina to go upstairs and get away from the brawl that's about to ensue.
Shit. Okay.
So, what color was the mold on the strawberry?
White.
Okay, yeah, I stick my hand into the pouch, and then white mold sort of grows up and covers my body.
Cool.
Disgusting, but cool.
White mold. Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to go upstairs with Babushkin.
Okay. So you're going to protect the women?
Because I'm pretty sure this might be a ruse.
Perhaps.
I can just come downstairs and help your asses out.
Are there any flowers in the house?
Flowers? Yeah, there's some from...
Yeah, there's like a arrangement from the funeral.
From the funeral, yeah.
I began going through there looking for a rose.
You find one. Quite quickly, actually.
Yeah. And I hold it in front of me like a sword.
Okay. So, who's going to answer the door? Ismark says.
Yeah, I will. Ibizek opens the door. Rose held in front of him.
You open the door, and you hear the noise of wolves and bats and all sorts of hellish creatures. They begin to claw at the sides of the house, and you can almost make out the shadow of a man through like the little peephole thing. And you open the door, you take a peek outside, and there's nothing.
There's nothing here. You should take a step outside, look side to side.
There's nothing.
That's strange. I guess I like turn around, turn my back on the outside, and is there another door?
No. And at that, you hear Irina scream from upstairs.
Yep. Yes.
What's it?
Upstairs.
I'm not that ugly.
So, Ismark closes the door behind you as you guys run upstairs. He locks it and everything. And you'll make your way upstairs, and you see Irina cowering in fear because she didn't expect Seth's character to swing open the door rapidly with a broadsword, or whatever weapon he has.
Fists.
Yes, fists. In a very, like, militant manner.
Well, I was right behind them.
No.
Surprised.
That throws the drama off of it. Damn. Well, regardless, she didn't notice you and this kind of spooked.
Jeez, I know I ain't a looker, but man.
I'm sorry, I've just been through hell these last couple of months. Could
That may be an
you
understatement.
could you please let me have some sleep?
Alright.
So,
Door behind me.
you close the door, then they go to bed. And Ismark looks at you, and he says, "Gentlemen, you might want to see the town at night. There are some peculiar things about our fair city that don't happen during the day."
Yes, the church.
Can I speak up real quick and ask him something? Do you have a bronze brazier by any chance?
Yeah, in the other room, why?
Can I still happen to use it for something?
What do you need it for?
Advantage for what we have coming in here.
Sure.
Immediately proceed to dump the charcoal, the incense, and the herbs into the bronze brazier.
Okay.
I then asked, does anyone have a light? Like a torch, candle?
I hold up my finger and a tiny flame appears on the end of it.
Sweet. Can you light the thing? Fire?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I proceed to start casting a spell.
Okay. What do you cast?
Find familiar.
Oh, cool. So you find a little familiar in what form?
In the form of a hawk.
Sweet.
So yeah, the hawk just appears on my shoulder and proceeds to,
Cool.
yeah, it's yeah. The hawk, I remember correctly. You don't have to make commands for it. Like it automatically knows what you're telling it to do because it's telepathic, I believe. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, just make sure. So I do that, and then I'm like, sure, let's head up. So
Okay.
that's why I've been gathering that shit for. I'm like, okay.
So you make your way around the town, and somebody said they wanted to go to the church, right?
I'm down.
Well, we should probably check out and see if anything to heal.
So you make your way to the church, and as you're walking out, you notice that there are what appears to be spirits walking away from the church.
Okay.
And closer examination reveals that there are literally spirits rising from the graveyard, and they're walking up the castle at Ravenloft. So do you ask Father Donovich about the whole how to cure Irina?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we walk into the church after the spirits all leave, I guess.
So Father Donovich is still on the floor cruciform praying.
Huh. Again, you mean?
Yep. No, not again. He didn't stop really. I mean, he stopped to talk to you, but like he continued praying.
Okay.
He's napping.
It would appear so, but you do hear him mumbling.
I know, that was mostly just a joke.
Excuse me.
Yes, what?
Well, what could we do if someone was bit but not get turned, like your son?
Well, I suppose you could. I'm not sure. Perhaps a salve of garlic would help. Perhaps the monks would know more.
What monks?
The monks of Alaki.
Monks of Alaki. Would I know anything about this?
You know that there's a monastery in Valaki that that they just kind of do their prayers and such.
Yeah, that's far.
And that's Castle Ravenloft. So you'll have to cross the
trail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the crossroads is going to be right there. So.
Yikes.
If we follow the road.
Do we have time? I don't think we have time to make a multiple days trip to Valaki to get some advice on this shit. Especially considering the threat that we just got from Strahd, like 5 minutes ago. Other than monks who...
Perhaps if you took her.
Oh, that would make sense.
He would not know.
Might be
We could disguise her.
Indeed.
Make her look like a man.
I have a monk's robe from my old days as a monk.
The Mosaic looks really happy at this idea.
Okay. So it is a plan. I suppose tomorrow you will set out?
Sure, yes. I think so. I can't set out tonight.
Yes, of course.
Are the wolves gonna come back?
I do not know, my child.
Do you think we should fight them?
I do not know how many there are, my child. If there were more than a couple, I would probably be wise to.
1 wolf, 6 wolves. I think we could do it.
Perhaps. So, do you guys make your way away from the church?
Yep.
Alright, so you guys make your way away from the church. And you notice an old lady just walking in the street.
Alright.
This is suspicious.
That's what she says.
What's up?
She says the iPhone. She makes the sound of an iPhone ringer.
Oh, yeah. So, you see her walk up to a door and knock on it.
Do you recognize the door?
No,
Like
it's,
a house?
The knock sound the same?
it's just a regular house. And she walks away. And it sounds kind of the same of what you...
Okay, yep, she walks away. I guess I start walking after the woman.
So, after a couple of houses and doors, you see that she knocks on another door, and somebody actually finally answers the door. She says no words, and you see a boy pushed out by their mother and father, and you see the woman reach into her bag, hand both of them a pastry, and then they say thank you, and lock the door and close it as she walks away with the little boy.
Think I run after her? What? And then I like stop for a second, and I look back at the people, and I say, What? Should I like point back towards the woman who's walking away with the child.
You see that the boy's beginning to cry.
Suspicious.
I think, yeah, I turn around and just like hurry after her, and then I just go and stand in front of her, if I can.
She looks at you, and she goes, "Would you like to buy
Would I like to buy what?
one of my pastries, dearie?"
Send them.
It's about to be a creepy ass demon, I swear.
Oh, it's just stuff of dreams.
Like what?
Oh, my sister makes them. I do not know.
Family recipe.
Indeed.
And how much do they cost?
One.
One what?
One life.
One life. One pastry?
Yes. Would you like one, dearie?
And people buy them?
She looks at the boy.
I think that I cannot let you own the boy.
Let me. Let me.
I nod solemnly. It would not be right. A life far outweighs any pastry's value. It is not a fair trade.
You look back into like to the direction of the house, and you can hear these people in what appears to be an ecstatic trance.
Do you drug them and addict them, and they feed you their children? What are you doing with the boy? Are you giving him a better life?
Oh yes, of course.
I think I nod then. I'm gonna roll insight.
Well, this just keeps getting weirder.
You can tell that they're going to have a better life.
Anyone among you doing anything?
Like, so the rest of us are just standing there watching him like bicker with this old lady.
Yep.
Should we help him out? I proceed to walk towards them and help.
I step forward towards the old woman, and my hand is going towards my sword because spooky.
You know, this is becoming. She is gonna.
Did you knock on the burgomaster's house earlier?
And then she's gonna fuck our shit.
No, she wasn't at the burgomaster's house.
I mean, I asked her if she knocked on their door earlier.
No, dearie. I do not knock on the doors of those that have none.
Have none what?
She looks at the boy.
There are plenty of lives in that house. At least two.
But they will not do, dearie. As you see, the meat is not tender.
Are they meat pastries?
Yes, of course, dearie.
Anyone else doing anything?
I step towards the woman and say, "You are treading a line that you are going to cross very soon. And if you do, God himself shall smite you."
I already have been smitten.
Heresy!
Okay,
That's not the proper past tense.
I have decided that, okay, I'm gonna just attempt to grab the child and run away with it.
It works.
Hey, it worked out last time. We ran through a whole death house with that fucking baby, and it was fine.
I did. You guys got injured.
Yeah, we took the hits for you.
Ran through.
You were rolling insanely well.
I literally carried one of you guys.
You carried.
Bibazek.
I carried Hamish.
Hamish.
Bibazek.
Yeah.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Right?
You make the shit out of that. Her spell fails.
I guess time for initiative?
Wait.
Let me
She
check one
cast a
second.
spell?
Yes.
Yep.
Away from us.
Okay, still, again, I want to attempt to grab the child, but we are not in initiative.
Alright, grab the child. I'll let you grab it.
Just grab it. Do I have to make any checks or anything?
I'll check and see if she sees it.
Okay. I'll grab the child and proceed to attempt to run.
Okay.
Okay, wait. So she's casting a spell, right?
Yeah, she casts a spell.
Or is she away from me?
Do what?
From me, personally.
For about 20 feet.
Fine. I have the Mage Slayer feat.
Oh. Nice.
Can I use warding flare to blind her, or do I have to wait for her to attack me personally?
Warding flare.
And I think this just starts initiative, right?
Yeah.
Okay, initiative
It's-
roll.
Yeah, I grabbed the child though.
Yeah, you can grab the child. Yeah, it has to be on an attack.
Okie doke.
Looking.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, initiative, yeah, sorry.
Oh boy. This could end very badly. Very badly.
I'm holding a child and I'm a foot away from her. Or 5 feet, you know what I mean. Is the kid just okay with being taken by this old lady?
No, he's crying and freaking the fuck out.
Okay, good. I was like, this seems off. I was like,
Hey.
All right. Seth, it is your turn.
Oh boy. You deserve such an honor. So. 10, 20. So I. Take a swing with my quarterstaff. Both hands.
All right.
I see.
That does hit. Roll damage. Okay, she takes 5 damage.
Hey.
Okay. It is now the witch's turn.
Boy.
Let me see. And she's going to cast a spell. So that's probably going to provoke for you. But
Yes, because I have Mage Slayer.
Indeed. She casts Alter Self. Okay. So do your attack.
Rats.
You roll the d8.
So I have.
That definitely hits. You hit for 9.
Hey.
So she's seeing this is going to do one attack at you. And a 9 does not hit you. So it is now Bunker's turn.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Do I take any movement restrictions? Because I'm carrying a child that's crying.
No, but you can't use any actions to attack.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, but you can, as a rogue, you can use your bonus action to disengage and just run like hell.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna use cunning action to dash. Fuck out. What? I can make it a good. What is it?
30 feet? 35 maybe? I don't know.
My speed is 30 on its own. So, yeah, I can make it a good ways away. I'm just getting the fuck out of there. Set down this kid. Get the fuck. Okay. That was my turn there. I just ran away.
Okay. Holy beatings!
How far am I from the witch?
About 15 feet.
So would I be able to attack if I ran towards her, or no?
Yep.
In that case, I charge towards the witch and raise my right hand up high. And I scream, "As you come from rotten flesh, I shall return you to rotten flesh." And I cast Inflict Wounds upon her.
Do it. That's a saving throw, right? No, it's a 2-hit. Make a melee spell attack.
I'm 3d10 damage if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But you still have to roll to hit.
Yep. Typing it out.
You definitely hit. Roll for damage. Oh shit. You definitely hit.
Holy cow.
So how do you want to do this? How do you want her to die? Describe this.
Incredibly pissed off at hearing her speak of a child as a life to be taken, as if that is her right. I raise my hand, I chant in a tongue that I do not even know, and I repeat, "As you come from rotten flesh, I shall return you to rotten flesh." And I backhand her with the power of the Lord, and she returns.
Yes!
Indeed she does.
Beatings.
Holy beatings.
Holy beatings.
However, there is a satchel on the floor that still has pastries in it.
Don't eat those.
I will eat.
Do not eat those.
So did she lace those pastries with acid, or what was it?
You'll find that out later.
Yeah.
You want to find out personally?
You can find out personally. You can take
I
it.
will definitely take one of the pastries and put it in my satchel. In my pouch, rather.
The ball sack.
Does the shark eat it?
I will feed it to my shark, yes. my
The
shark.
The shark starts to go like in a trance.
The shark is illusionary-ish effect created by control water.
Indeed. But it still goes into a trance.
All right.
That worked out well.
Maybe the mold living in the shark goes into a trance.
Because that's normal.
Alright.
Mold living in a shark. Great.
And so with that, what are you guys going to do now?
Back to the Burgermeister's residence.
Alright, and with that, I'm going to say you guys make your rest. Throughout the night, you don't hear anything. It's a peaceful night in the village of Barovia for once. And with that, I'm going to call the session. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank everybody who is watching for watching, and everybody have a evening.
Yeah, this was a great session. A lot of fun.
Yeah!
Good to have you.
We beat old women.
I was not
specialty.
expecting her to go down that fast. Oh my goodness. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah,
It's the highest I've ever seen out of that spell.
same here.
Thanks. That's crazy.
Well, all right, fellas. I'm going to stop recording for now. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, you too.